Welcome back to Joe Stunner Boxing. As usual, the sun is streaming in through the blinds. Can you see me? I can just about see you. Okay, so the Murata GGG undercard had some good fights on it, and one of them, I don't know whether you call it a good fight because it was too one-sided to be really exciting, but it was certainly a showcase for Junto Nakatani, who is a WBO flyweight champion, and he scored an 8th round TKO over Ryota, I think you pronounce it, Yamauchi. Both Japanese fighters. Nakatani, much heralded, and it's easy to see why watching this fight. He came in with 21 wins, no defeats. He's a big banger, 17 wins by knockout coming in. Freakishly tall. He looks freakishly tall for the flyweight division. He looks about like 5'9". I think BoxRec had him listed a couple of inches shorter, but I'm not convinced. I think he's taller than. I think I had him listed at 5'7", and I think he's taller than that. He looks taller than that. He's got that sort of wiry, welterweight Tommy Hearns sort of shades of that, you know, power. But real technique with it, beautiful technique. He's a southpaw, just to make things even more nightmarish for the opponent. And he just dominated. I think he won it just about every round against Yamauchi. Ryota Yamauchi came in with 8 wins and 1 defeat. The defeat was on points. He was never at the races in this fight, and that's not to say he rolled over, because quite the contrary. I mean, after 2 rounds, Yamauchi's face, it looked like he'd done 20 rounds. He had a busted nose, a very pronounced sort of break at the top of the nose. Both his eyes were swelling, because if you break your nose, it normally follows that your eyes, you have trouble with your eyes, because sometimes they can swell dramatically within the instant. And Nakatani, he's got that sort of what I call long power, where he doesn't have to get close to you to hurt you. He's got that wiry, razor sharp, highly hurtful power, and mixes his punches up beautifully, body to head to body, no problem with the range, totally relaxed. I mean, you know, Nakatani's been heralded as a superstar, and I understand why, but I'm going to be ultra critical just for the sake of it, just because I feel like being a bit of a so-and-so. He can get hit a bit too much. I mean, Yamauchi did land a few punches, especially in the 5th round, where I don't think Yamauchi won a round in this fight, but Nakatani in the 5th round seemed to be saying, okay, I've softened you up, you're there for the taking, I'm going to go for you. And as a result, he was a little bit too cavalier, and Yamauchi was landing a few punches in the 5th round. It was a better round for Yamauchi. After 2 rounds, you thought Yamauchi's out of there in 3 or 4, but no, he hung on in there. He did land some punches. I think in the 7th or 8th round, he landed a big punch, because this kid was not going anywhere. I'm just calling him a kid. I think he's actually older than Nakatani. He's about 3 years older than Nakatani. Nakatani's 24. But he wasn't going anywhere. He was landing, trying to win the fight, trying to land some punches. And Nakatani maybe was a little bit too gung-ho at times, which implies that he was just slugging, which is not true at all. He was boxing beautifully, but I guess if you're having things your own way all the time, subconsciously you can let a little bit of defensive caution slip, and that's sort of what happened in little pockets with Nakatani. But I'm being ultra critical, because it was a clinic overall by Nakatani. Yamauchi, can he come again? Yeah, this puts miles on the clock, but nothing wrong with the guy's heart, nothing wrong with his chin. He wasn't on the floor against Nakatani, which was surprising considering the shellacking he took. But Nakatani, he can't be long for the flyweight division. Surely he's going to move up. And give him a couple of years, maybe less, maybe 18 months. Him against Inoue would be a very interesting fight. I'd favour Inoue, who's kind of a big bantamweight now. He seems to have grown into that division quite well. But Nakatani, yeah, I enjoy watching him a lot. Very, very technical, beautiful mixture of punches. And yeah, retained his WBO World Flyweight title, an 8th round stoppage. I was actually delighted when the referee stepped in, because, you know, Yamauchi with that busted up nose from the second round, to go 6 rounds with that nose alone was enough. And I think it was the 7th round, Nakatani landed an uppercut which landed slap bang on the busted nose, and I'm like, oh my God. Yamauchi didn't go anywhere. Nothing wrong with his heart, nothing wrong with his courage or his. He was trying to win constantly. It's just that in the end, it did have the air of man against boy in some respects, although the boy in this question, or the man in this question, was actually much younger. But you know, Nakatani, I think he's a bit special. Will move up and will probably win other belts. But did you see the fight? It was on DAZN. If you've got DAZN, you haven't seen it, go and watch it. It's worth it's not the most exciting fight because it's too one-sided, but Nakatani is one to watch and one to study, and I like him a lot. So leave your comments below if you've got any. Yep, we've got the main event, GGG and Murata to come. That'll be good. So hope you're enjoying your weekend. Take care. We will speak again. As always, thanks for your time. Bye for now.